Someone asked me yesterday, oh, since you're donor conceived, you are very intelligent. Am I right? And yes, I do agree. I do agree that I am intelligent, but I don't think it has anything to do with being donor conceived. Whatever. But in my case, I didn't get to finish my college degree. I didn't know I was suffering through PTSD from my traumahood, aka my childhood, and it really affected the way that I processed information and the flashbacks and all that. But of course, then I became a mom, and I'm going to teach my kids that, it's never too late to get an education. It's never too late to finish your life goals. And one of my life goals is to get my degree. And yeah, so I will eventually go back and finish, but I do consider myself very smart. Early on, when I started my YouTube channel, I titled myself the Donor Conceived Survivor, but then I quickly changed it to the Donor Conceived Queen. For me personally, every time I said donor conceived survivor, I didn't like all of the syllables in survivor. And whenever I said the word survivor in my head, I kept thinking about that infamous Survivor show. So I had to change it because of that. That was the number one reason, was because every time I said donor conceived survivor, it just felt like the longest YouTube username ever. Still, donor conceived queen sounds very long. It's a lot of words. It's 3 words, but whatever. I like it a little bit better. It has a lot of symbolic meaning for me because I do consider myself a queen. One of my daughters is dealing with bullying. So to solve that problem, of course, I notified the principal, and one of the things my child said to me was that she was afraid of telling the principal and getting the school involved because this person would get in trouble, and it just didn't seem fair to her. And I had to reassure her that it was the right thing to do, because if we continue to allow people to disrespect us and bully us, it's going to continue not only for you, but it's going to continue for someone else as well. You aren't the only person that this is happening to. So you do need to report, you do need to speak up. So, of course, she agreed. And I also used my own life experience about how I kind of recently had to report to the police all the crimes done against me, the sexual abuse. Those are things I didn't want to do because it was uncomfortable. There is no shame in being the black sheep in my family. I grew up from a toxic family household, and I did try so hard. I'll say this over and over, but I did try so hard to heal the family. And of course, my therapist strongly warned me against that. But, I learned my lesson. I tried to be as Christian as possible. And unfortunately, Christians let me down. Does it mean that I am not a Christian? No, that's not what it means. It just means that I can't see myself being in a church or working in a church anymore. I am protecting myself and my family from generational trauma. And yeah, that's just the way it is. And sadly, not all Christians are Christ-like.